Stretch and flex. Each day before work begins, each contractor is required to go through some type of stretching and flexing routine. Stretch and flex programs have demonstrated an increase in flexibility and a decrease in injuries, as well as aiding the worker in engaging their minds early in the morning. Hazard communication. Subcontractors will keep an inventory of what products are brought on site along with safety data sheets for the products. The inventory and safety data sheets will be provided to KP so that all trade partners, inspectors, MSD, regulators, and first responders that come on site have access. These safety data sheets are reference tools to understand hazards as well as how to handle and not handle products. All containers, including secondary containers used to hold materials temporarily from original containers, will be labeled according to OSHA requirements. This usually includes the product's name, hazard statements, pictograms, and precautionary statements about the product. Heat illness. According to the National Institute of Health, construction workers are 13 times more likely to experience a heat-related fatality compared to other industries. The key to preventing this is early interventions including staying hydrated with water and taking preventative rest breaks in shaded areas so the body can naturally cool down. We will be working in hot environments, especially in summer months, but this can occur indoors as well. KP requires each contractor to have a heat illness prevention plan and administer it. This will be including allowing new trade partners to take increased breaks until their body is acclimated to the hot work. As temperatures rise above 80 degrees, the frequency of preventative breaks should increase, especially with more strenuous tasks. Plans will include water provisions and a plan for replenishments, as well as providing shaded areas near work areas away from direct sunlight. No one knows your body like you, so if you experience your body feeling weak and dizzy, develop muscle cramps or spasms, not sweating, or experience nausea, stop and let your supervisor know. Heat illness can come on and worsen quickly. Confined space. You may be required to enter and perform work in a confined space on this site. Do not do so without training and authorization from your company. Confined spaces have the potential to be very deadly because some of the hazards are invisible, and rescue is often very difficult. In fact, many times confined space fatalities turn into multiple fatalities because rescuers become victims as well. Examples of confined space include manholes, vaults, pits, tanks, sumps, stacks, pipes, hoppers, and bins. Before entering, a competent person from your company must classify the space as permit or non-permit required and place signage at entrances. Air monitoring is mandatory for all confined spaces before and during entry. Additionally, a rescue plan is required for permit spaces. Ensure classification forms and entry forms are completed and reviewed and signage placed prior to entering and working in a confined space. Electrical. Extension cords will meet OSHA construction grade cord standards, which is a minimum of 12 gauge and a ground prong. Extension cords will be ran in such a way to protect them from damage, which includes in cord trays or suspended by non-conductive hangers such as cord trees or hangers. They also must be run to prevent slips, trips, and falls, including out of walkways and not in doorways. Cords will be regularly rolled back and inspected. Remove damaged cords, and daisy chaining cords is prohibited. Bulbs will be protected from damage. Ground fault circuit protection is required where cords are plugged into outlets or by using in-line portable GFCI protection. GFCIs must be located at the source of the electrical current. Areas surrounding breaker panels and disconnects should not be used for storage. Keep a clear space of 3 foot minimum and clear access. Electrical installations will always be treated as live. Access to disconnect and breaker panels is limited to qualified personnel wearing appropriate arc flash PPE with insulated tools. Energy isolation. Prior to servicing or performing maintenance activities, all energy sources on the equipment must be identified and isolated using lockout-tagout. This includes constructing, installing, setting up, adjusting, inspecting, modifying, and maintaining or servicing machines or equipment. These activities may also include lubrication, cleaning, or unjamming machines, making adjustments or tool changes where trade partners may be exposed to the unexpected energization or startup of the equipment or the release of stored hazardous energy. Training is required for those involved. Possible energy sources may include gravity, air pressure, water, chemical, thermal, electrical, mechanical, and other types of stored energy. Coordination and communication with KP, MSD, and other contractors will be required, and proper authorization will be obtained. Every trade partner that can be affected by the hazardous energy will supply and apply an individual lock and tag to the isolation device or HASP. The use of common locks is strictly prohibited. In addition, KP and all trade partners will abide by all MSD shutdown processes and requests. Hand tools. Trade partners may only use tools that they are trained on and authorized to use. Follow manufacturer instructions on proper use and maintenance, and only use with manufacturer safety devices such as correct guards and secondary handles. Prior to using any hand tools, perform a pre-use inspection identifying any damage. Remove damaged tools from service and apply labels if damaged. Remember to keep your mind on the task at hand. Think about your big three. What am I about to do? What are my hazards? And what do I need to do to work safe? Remember to avoid pinch points and keep body parts out of the line of fire. Lastly, make sure the power is disabled when changing tools and when storing. Ladders. When erecting a ladder, always make sure you are setting it at a 4:1 ratio and that the ladder extends 3 feet above the landing. Once erected, secure the ladder to the structure to prevent tipping, and ensure the ladder access is guarded by a guardrail or swing gate to eliminate any potential fall hazards. While climbing or working from a ladder, stay within the rails and always maintain 3 points of contact. When bringing tools or materials up the ladder, use ropes, tool bags, or backpacks to keep your hands free to maintain your 3 points of contact. If using a step ladder, do not lean it unless the manufacturer has designed it for that purpose. Set it on a firm, level ground and do not stand on the top 2 steps or the cap of the ladder.